हेलो बच्चों, दिस इज CBSE's पेपर of class 12th of year 2020. It is of series HMJ/3 as seen, and the code number is this one 65/3/1. It is set 1 that we are going to discuss for now. So here we begin with first 10 question which are of MCQ, means these are multiple choice questions. We have to select the correct option. Now the first problem says f and g are two functions defined on the set of real number. The definitions you can see here. Let me first give you an idea about modulus function. It is x or minus x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and if x is negative then mod x is minus x. So based on this definition, I have redefined function fx, you can see, and I have redefined function gx also. Well, mod x will be x if x is positive, so therefore mod x plus x will be x plus x, that is 2x if x is positive. Similarly, mod x will be minus x if x is negative, so minus x plus x, that is 0. Similarly, you can define for the function gx. Now we have to obtain fog x when x is negative. So if x is negative, then f of g of x can be written as f of gx, means x is negative, so therefore input of function gx should be taken as minus 2x. So it is f of minus 2x. As you can see here, I have taken f of minus 2x. Now keep in mind, if x is negative, then minus 2x will be positive. So that means input of function f is now positive. So when input of function f is positive, its output will be twice. So that means 2 times of minus 2x, that is minus 4x. Now if you look at all the options closely, you will observe that option D is the correct option for this problem. Now moving to the next problem, question number 2. It says we have to obtain the principal value of cot inverse minus root 3. Recall that cot inverse minus root 3 can be written as pi minus cot inverse root 3. I am using this formula that pi minus cot inverse of x is same as cot inverse of minus x. Okay, so it will be pi minus pi by 6. Why? Because cotangent pi by 6 is root 3. Fine. So it is pi minus pi by 6, which on simplification will give me 5 pi by 6. Therefore option D will be the correct option for this problem. Now moving to question number 3. We have been given a matrix A and we have to obtain the determinant of adjoint of this matrix. So basically we will be utilizing this fact that adjoint of A's determinant can be written like this, where 3 indicates the order of this matrix. So it is this way. Now first of all, we will be finding the determinant of this matrix. Once we take the determinant, so we can take minus 2 common from each row. That means we have 3 rows in total, so minus 2 will be common 3 times, therefore it will be minus 2 whole to the power 3, and we will be left with determinant of an identity matrix. The determinant of an identity matrix is 1, so it will be minus 8 into 1, that is minus 8. Now you can replace this value in this expression which I initially explained to you. So therefore mod of A square means determinant of adjoint of A, so that means minus 8 whole square, that is 64. So with that you can see option A is correct for this problem. Now we go for question number 4. We have to obtain the maximum value of the slope of this curve. Now recall that if we take derivative of this function, it will give me the general form of the slope of this curve. So therefore it is now minus 3x square plus 6x plus 12. If you look at the problem, it says you have to maximize the value of slope. So if you think about going for double derivative test of this new function m, which represents the slope, it will be very lengthy. So instead of that, what you can do, you can simply take a -3 common. Therefore it will be x square minus 2x plus 1. In that case we have to add 15. If you simplify this expression, you must get -3x square plus 6x plus 12, and we are getting exactly the same thing. Now it can further be written as x minus 1 whole square plus 15. Now keep in mind this expression, this x minus 1 whole square will be having its minimum value when x will be 1 and the minimum value will be 0. So that means we will write x minus 1 whole square will be greater than or equal to 0 for all real values of x. Now when we multiply this expression by -3, it will be -3 times x minus 1 whole square less than or equal to 0, and then we will add 15 both side. So in that case, now this is expression of m which is less than or equal to 15. So therefore its maximum value will be 15, because if m is less than or equal to 15, so that means it can be from minus infinity to 15, means m can be from minus infinity to 15. Therefore its maximum value will be 15, and hence option A must be correct for this problem. Now moving to the next question, that is question number 5. It is from integration. As you can see, we will be using substitution method. Look at this angle xex. So what we are going to do, we will just replace x into e to the power x by t and then proceed. So it will be x plus 1 into e to the power x dx equal to dt. Therefore the integral will now turn as dt over cos square t, which is actually secant square t dt, and which is further tangent of t plus integral constant. Now replace t by x into e to the power x. So therefore final answer is this, and in that case option A suits the most for this problem. Now moving to question number 6, it is one straightforward answer. You have to obtain the degree of the differential equation. Well, you can see the highest order derivative is double derivative, means d2y over dx2, and its exponent is 1. Actually there is no power shown here, so its exponent is 1. Therefore the degree of the differential equation is 1, and hence option A is correct for this problem. Moving to the next problem, question number 7, we have to obtain the value of p for which this is a unit vector. This is a unit vector. For unit vector, we know that its magnitude has to be 1. So if we take pi plus pj plus pk, we have been given that its magnitude is 1. So when we have to obtain the magnitude, it has to be done like this. We will take the coefficients of I cap, j cap and k cap and take the square and then add them and put them inside the square root. So on simplifying this further, it will be 3p square equal to 1. Therefore p will be equal to plus minus 1 by root 3. From the given options, you can see option B is suitable for this problem because we don't have minus 1 by root 3. So we will select option B for this problem. Now moving to the next question, again it is a straightforward problem. Question number 8, the coordinates of foot of perpendicular drawn from the point -2, 8, 7 on xz plane. Keep in mind that in xz plane y coordinate will always be 0. So if you look in the options given, the y coordinate is 0 is in the option C. Therefore only option C must be correct for this problem. Now question 9 says the vector equation of xy plane. Now equation of xy plane is actually z equal to 0, which when turned into the vector form should be this, and therefore option A suits the most for this problem. Now question number 10, we have been given a feasible reason for an LPP, as you can see, and we have been given an objective function as seen here. It is 3x minus 4y with the objective function, and we need to obtain the minimum value of z. So we are given these points when we put 0, 0 in z. So for option A, the value of z will be 0. For option B, value of z will be 3 into 0 minus 4 into 8, that is 32. And then for option C, it will be 15. And then for option D, it will be 12 minus 40. That means it will be minus 28. So from all these options, you can see the minimum value of z is minus 32. Therefore, option B will be more suitable for this problem. Now moving further, in question number 11, we have to obtain the derivative of a function y, where y is given like this. You know that this is actually pi by 2. Tan inverse x plus cot inverse x is pi by 2. Now it is a constant which on differentiating will give you 0. So the answer of this problem is 0. We have an alternative in this problem. We have been given cos x into y. This is an angle. This is in angle. Okay, it is equal to k, where k is constant. They are mentioning xy is not equal to n pi, where n is integer, means xy, this angle, is not an integral multiple of pi. We have to obtain the derivative. Okay, so we will differentiate this function. So cos of angle is minus sine of angle. Now we have to differentiate by using chain rule in the angle, and while differentiating this angle, we will be applying the product rule of derivative. Fine. So on RHS, we have a constant, so its derivative will be 0. Okay, so you know that they have already given you that x into y is not equal to n pi, where n is integer. So that means sine of theta, that is x into y, angle theta means x into y, will not be equal to 0. So that clearly means x into y dash plus y must be 0, which on simplification will give us y dash equals minus y upon x. So this is the answer of this problem, means minus y upon x will be the derivative of this function in the given conditions. Okay, now moving to the next problem, question number 12. We have to obtain the value of lambda so that this function will be continuous at x equal to pi. Now recall that for a function to be continuous at x equal to pi, its LHL and RHL must be equal, and they must be equal to f of pi. Now here f of pi will be lambda into pi. Okay, and we will take RHL of this problem. So for that, the function will be cos of x, therefore cos of pi, and which is actually minus 1. So lambda into pi must be equal to minus 1. F of pi must be equal to RHL, and that must be equal to LHL. We need not find LHL here. So on simplifying this expression, lambda into pi equal to minus 1, you get lambda as equal to minus 1 upon pi. So that is the answer of this problem, question number 12. Now we have question number 13. They want to ask you for the equation of tangent on this curve at this point. So first of all, we will differentiate this function so that we can get the slope of the tangent. So that is dy upon dx, that is secant x into tangent of x. Now for the particular case, the tangent at 0, 1, we need to replace the value of x and y by 0 and 1 respectively. So therefore we get secant 0 into tangent of 0. Secant 0 is 1 and tangent 0 is 0. So therefore the slope will be 0. Now the equation of tangent, we know it is y minus y1 equal to slope and x minus x1. So clearly the equation of tangent for this problem is y equal to 1. Now moving to the next problem, question number 14. They are asking you to obtain the area of the parallelogram whose diagonals are given as 2i cap and minus 3k cap. I will give you the concept. If the diagonals are p and q for a parallelogram, then its area will be obtained by vector p cross vector q, and their magnitude will be divided by 2. So this is the formula that we can use to obtain the area of the parallelogram. As you can see, I have done the same thing, and the area of this parallelogram will be 3 square units. Okay, we have an alternative in this problem. They want you to find the value of lambda for which these two vectors are orthogonal. Orthogonal means the vectors are perpendicular to each other. Now if you know, when we have two vectors a and b and they are perpendicular to each other, if a and b are perpendicular to each other, then their dot product must be 0. That means we just need to consider the dot product of these two vectors in order to obtain the value of lambda. So that is what we are going to do here. So here is the first vector and this is second vector. We are taking their dot products. So 2 I cap into I cap, that is 2, minus lambda j cap plus 2 j cap, that means it will be minus 2 lambda, and then 1 k cap into minus 1 k cap, that means minus 1, that is equal to 0. On simplifying this expression, you will get lambda as equal to 1 by 2. That is the answer of this problem. Now we have a problem from probability. There is a bag which contains 3 black, 4 red and 2 green balls, means we have in total 9 balls in this bag. 3 balls are drawn simultaneously at random, and then the probability that the balls are of different colors, means the ball has to be of different color. 3 balls are drawn, so means one ball will be from black, another will be from red, another will be from green, and in total we will have to draw 3 balls from the 9 available balls. You can simplify this to get the answer, that is 2 by 7. Now moving to the next problem, question number 16, we have to construct a 2 by 2 matrix where the elements are given by this definition. So a 2 by 2 matrix can be taken as A11, A12, A21, A22. Okay, so when we have to find A11, I and j both are 1, so we will use this definition which says modulus of I square means 1 square minus j means 1, that means it is 0. Then we will find A12 means 1 square minus 2, that is 1 minus 2 is minus 1, minus 1 modulus means it is plus 1. Then we will find A21, that is 2 square minus 1, that means it is 3. And finally we will obtain A22, that is 2 square minus 2, that is 4 minus 2, that is 2, means it is 2. So we have obtained the elements, then we can put back these elements in this expression and we will get the answer as this 0 1 in first row, 3 2 in the second row. Okay, now we have question number 17 on derivative. We have to differentiate this function sine square angle. So sine square angle means it is twice sine angle, then derivative of sine function, that is cos angle, and the derivative of the angle, that is 2 root x. It is 2 sine a cos a, which is sine 2a, the formula I just told, and then 2 root x is in the denominator from this expression. So this is the answer of this problem. Now we have question number 18. It says we have to find the interval in which this function is strictly increasing. We will differentiate this function so that we have minus 4 minus 2x. Okay, in order to find the critical points, we will put this equal to 0. So that gives us x equal to minus 2. Okay, so we have a number line. We will take any value from this and this interval, and then we will check in which interval the sign of the derivative, means the sign of f dash x, is positive. So if we take a number, suppose x equal to 0 from this interval and put back in first derivative of this function, so it comes as minus 4, which is negative. It does not do the job for us. So I will take a number from this interval, suppose x equal to minus 3. So when I replace this in the first derivative, it gives me minus 4 plus 6, that is 2, means it is positive in this interval. The derivative is positive in this interval, therefore the interval must be from minus infinity to minus 2, for this function to be strictly increasing. Now moving further on question number 19, this problem is from integration, and it is from definite integration basically. So we have a function which is modulus x. As per the given intervals, the upper limit and lower limit, you can just predict it should be using the even odd functions wala property. So when we replace x by minus x, we get this, and that is this, and then it is the same function. So therefore this function is actually even function. So if it is even function, we will be using the property minus a to a fx dx equals twice 0 to a fx dx when the function is even function. So on doing that, we get this as twice 0 to 2 mod of x dx. Now you know that mod of x will be simply x in the interval 0 to 2. So it will be 2 times x square by 2 in the interval 0 to 2, which on simplification will give us 2 square, that is 4, minus 0 square, that is 0, means the answer will be 4 for this problem. We have an alternative in this questions. We have to integrate this problem. So you can take 4 common, and that will give you 1 by 4 dx 9 by 4 means 3 by 2 whole square plus x square. Now we will proceed further. 1 upon a, that is 3 by 2, then tan inverse x upon a, that means x upon 3 by 2, that is 2x by 3 plus c, and this on simplification will give me 1 by 6 tan inverse 2x by 3 plus c. So this is the answer of this problem. Now we have the last question of section A. It is from probability. An unbiased coin is tossed 4 times, means total possible outcomes will be 2 to the power 4, that is 16. Find the probability of getting at least one head. At least one head means we can do that by this expression. Probability of at least one head can be obtained by 1 minus probability of no head. No head means all the outcomes will be tail. Now probability of getting head and tail when a coin is tossed is 1 by 2 each. So that means 1 minus 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. In all the 4 tosses, we are getting tails with a probability of half. So on simplification of this, you will get 1 minus 1 by 16, that will give you 15 by 16 as the answer of this problem. So I hope you have understood all the problems discussed so far. Now don't forget to subscribe to this channel, hit like button, share your comments.